Good afternoon. Hey, how are you? Did everybody see Ross Morrison's presentation this morning?
Yeah.
Didn't you feel good? Yeah. Wasn't it amazing what you've all done? It's incredible. On February the 1st of this year, we announced the European VC Awards. And we, at the UVC, have been working on this for 124 days till today. And today is the day that we're going to announce it. But like any award, we have to do a bit of preamble, we have to do a little bit of explanation of how it all works and stuff like that. And first of all, we, Joe and I and the Isomer team, right from day one, really wanted to do this. But we're not marketeers. We don't have that expertise to figure out how to do that. And then we found somebody that did.
Yes, that is true. Of course, you know Chris from having moderated the sessions here at Superventure years on years. I hope you know me a little bit as well, running the European VC podcast for a while. But you're absolutely right. We have been talking about this, David and I, from day one. We should be doing the awards in Europe. We should have awards that bring us all together. We, back in the day, said that we want to build a podcast that champions European venture. So what better way to do that by doing the awards today? And thank you, Chris, for helping us bring this about.
Well, me and lots of people. And by the way, the reason we're cowering behind here is not that we're nervous or our big. It's actually because we're following a script. Why are we doing this? We're doing this for three really simple reasons. We want to celebrate all the work that you in this room and others around the European venture ecosystem are doing it. We want to promote it. Who knows who's in the audience who might be just taking notes of this event? But we also want to inspire. We want to inspire people who I know there are some in this room who are just starting their journey. And this is something to aspire to. And that's why we're doing these European VC awards. But look, this was a complex undertaking. It involved sensitive data, which we had to take extremely seriously. So Andreas is going to tell us how we took care of all that.
Yes, so we wanted to just make this abundantly clear that when we decided to do the awards, we went out to the ecosystem and asked tons of people, does this really make sense? Is this something we need in the ecosystem? The answer was very clearly yes. It would be amazing to have some awards where we can all say these are the firms that did the best in that group. However, everyone also said that there were some very clear criteria for an award show to be a success and really have the credibility that's required. And the first point we heard from everyone was transparency. Transparency was absolutely integral. If we didn't know how the selection was made, the process that was run, then we could not trust the award. So for that reason, when we put out the awards, we all made sure to do a full podcast describing the criteria. We made the criteria for each of the awards open to everyone. So after tonight or after today, when we have announced the winners, you'll be able to fact check us and say, does it make sense that these guys were the ones that won the award this year? We also had another thing that we had to really get across, and that was the data integrity. All the firms that have been evaluated for this award have, of course, had to give us some really close and sensitive data that if we did not give them full trust in us managing that well, we would probably not be in a good position. So for that reason, we ran everything entirely analog when it came to look at sensitive data. That means all the judges came together in London in the Isomer offices, and we looked at it there so that nothing would leave the room, and everyone who participated could trust that the process was clear and thorough. And then finally, credibility. The credibility of the awards live and die with the judges. And for that reason, we really sought out the judges that we thought would be able to carry us through process and give the awards the trust and the credibility that's required. So let's see the judges.
We chose amazing judges with the criteria they've been investing in venture capital for over 20 years, that they understood the ecosystem, they were from Europe, they knew the ecosystem. So when we sit down and we go through each and every candidate that's been nominated by the ecosystem, they have a familiarity, and that was really important. And we were really happy to have Thomas Christensen from LGT, I knew I'd get that right, EGT, who today is represented by Raphael. So say hi, Raphael. Hey, everybody. Julia from the famous Safina, that's really important. And Stephen, who Stephen, by the way, you may not know, Stephen was a VC in a long, long time ago. So he's been in this industry a very long time. Stephen Lowry from HSBC Innovation Banking.
And then, of course, also Jonathan from Molten, that I'm sure you all know, and Chris and Joe from Isomer Capital, chairing the panel, or chairing the judging panel, as well as also overseeing the full process of making sure that we would go from a good long list down to the findings that were finally evaluated.
Now, we're about to get a bit myopic into the awards, but I wanted to stop just for a moment and just reflect. That 10 years ago, there was no super venture. 10 years ago, there were probably less than 10 unicorns. Today, we heard from Adam Street, and you have to believe them, there's over 500 unicorns in Europe, and super venture is now this amazing 3-day, 1,000-person conference. So I'd like everybody to applaud themselves for being involved in that amazing. So the awards. The awards. We have 5 awards, and we're now going to quickly present them. Firm of the Year. Which firm had the best performance in a way that we all understand performance in venture capital in 2023? But more than that, had they been good citizens to the European VC ecosystem? Had they embraced diversity? Had they embraced innovation in their own firm? And we're very happy that that was the first award.
And then, of course, we have a newcomer category. These are the real newcomers of the industry. The ones that did their first close in 2023. And when evaluating them, we looked at 2 things. We looked at the traction they've been able to build in their fundraise. So how much money have they raised, how quickly have they raised it, and from who have they been able to secure this backing? And then, of course, also, did they bring something absolutely new and innovative to the ecosystem?
Then we had achievement of the award. We wanted something to capture not necessarily a person, not necessarily a firm or a company, but maybe an institution or some combination of all of those that had done something very special and meaningful, and that was going to be a bedrock of the future of the European VC ecosystem.
And then, of course, exit of Europe. We all know that we're in this game in the end to exit and generate returns, and that's what this award is about. That's also why it may not be in the year the biggest exit, but it's the one that made the biggest impact on the fund that did the investment. So we're talking about returns back to the LPs.
And finally, Hall of Fame. Now this is somebody who has been in the VC ecosystem for over 20 years and importantly has retired from their business. And there are people in European venture that actually were the real fundamental cornerstones of building firms that wherever you go in the world, they say, oh yes, I know this firm or that firm. And so we wanted to celebrate that on an ongoing basis.
But before we get to giving out the awards, I just want to give a massive thank you to our sponsors. Because the sponsors of events like this, of awards like this, are the ones that allow us to plow money and time into doing awards. So thank you so much to Tactic Flow, Hainspoon, Superventure, HSBC, and of course, Isomer. We at UBC would not exist without the sponsors that support us.
So, I'm tempted to ask you all to bang your tables and do a drum roll. Maybe we do that. Why not? Come on, let's do that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to start the awards process. And the first one is Firm of the Year. And I'm very happy to invite Stephen Lowry and Karma from Payne's Boom to come up and do some talking. Woo.
Great. Thanks everyone, and thanks Chris and all the team at UBC for helping put this together. So the first award is for the Firm of the Year, which recognises an exceptional firm that stands out across a range of critical attributes. It includes financial performance, impact, innovation, diversity, and transparency and fairness. It celebrates a firm that embodies a holistic approach to excellence across all aspects of its operations. So just before announcing the award, I'll hand over to Karma from Hayes Boom.
Thanks, Stephen. So it's a privilege to sponsor this award. Those who know me and our team at Hayes Boom know that we've been long-term supporters and partners with the European venture ecosystem. We are really proud to have supported and helped launch many amazing managers, and even more proud to be able to do that, continuing with them in their successor funds. We're going to keep doing that both here in Europe and also in the US. And for us, there's no better way to do that than support this particular award, which is a brilliant new addition to the Superventure program. Thank you.
Great. So this year, the award goes to a firm that has demonstrated outstanding achievement and leadership in venture capital, delivering high returns consistently, fund after fund, while maintaining a mixed diversity metric across both the investing team and the founders they back. What's more, they have navigated adeptly the exit side of the VC playbook with a focus on DPI, including offering liquidity to LPs by finding secondary buyers. This has resulted in successful outcomes across the entire period of the tech reset, as well as over the last 12 months specifically. Because of this, as well as their pioneering nature and commitment to belief in their model, during 2023 being a standout year for them, we are delighted to award the inaugural Firm of the Year award to Seedcamp.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I'm super lucky to be here to pick up this award, very nice, for the whole team and the main Seedcamp and our founder community and investors and the whole network. We've been doing a lot of reflecting actually over the past month because Seedcamp's turning 17 years. And I think one of the things we are most proud of is that the mission was really to support the European tech ecosystem, and we really work hard every day to do so, and to continuously back founders from the earliest stage. So thank you everyone for this and all. Yeah, so much effort's gone into it, so I really appreciate it.
Need to do photos, sorry everyone. Yeah, okay. Right here. Thank you. Yeah, you. Yes. So, with those words, now I told Chris, my good friend, that he had to come up on stage. He doesn't necessarily, because now we'll go directly to the newcomer of the year. And for that, we will ask our Judge Julia from Sofina to come up, together with Tom from Florida.
It has been great actually to be part of this church and it has been extremely well prepared. So also a big thank you to the team that has been organizing it and putting this all together. So here it is about the newcomer of the year. And here we would like to celebrate emerging managers. Emerging managers are extremely important for our ecosystem, and we have been looking at who is really doing something new, something unique, and something innovative in our European venture markets. So we selected us because we selected the firm for 3 reasons actually. The first one on the fundraising side, he did a really successful fundraising in an extremely short period of time, being oversubscribed, and also being able to attract key investors into his funds. The second is he was also able to invest into investments with a very high potential, and a true sign that he really understands the market trends, and is able to identify those companies with a high potential. And finally, individual track record. So he has been showing also in the past that he's a true exceptional investor. So I hand over the mic to Tom.
Thanks. So as you all know, Flow supports new managers and existing managers across all of Europe, providing technology solutions and advisory work to GPs and LPs. So we felt it was really important to support the Newcomer of the Year Award, as new GPs are the lifeblood of the ecosystem. So we're very proud and happy to sponsor this award today.
Thank you. And so the winner is Manuel from Isomer. So I'll give a short explanation, and then after I'll hand over the mic to Manuel. Manuel managed to get his fund oversubscribed, so he had the first close at, he was targeting 30 million, but eventually oversubscribed by 40 million. He was also able to attract some great VCs in the ecosystem, the likes of Andreessen Index and Axel have been all backing him. He also has become a real expert into his specialized space, so also very impressive on that front. And he also secured some follow-on funding, so well done, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much to the jury and to all the LPs in the room. What a great idea to go out for a fundraise in 2023 as a solo GP, pre-seed seed, health and bio in Europe, and definitely unproven part of the seed ecosystem. Very glad that it worked out. I think when I started 4 years ago with Amino, a lot of my close mentors recommended me not to start it. And so I think more and more I get the confidence that it was actually a good idea. And I think if I have one message today is for a lot of other emerging managers to ignore a lot of the recommendations that you get to give up, not do it. I mean, if you have a good idea and you have a thesis, if you have an observation, go for it. Thank you.
Hold on, wait. You're famous now.
That's the best advice I've heard in the whole conference. Ignore LPs, just go out and do it. That's fantastic. The next one. and this is a really special one, the Achievement of the Year Award. It's my great pleasure to invite Raphael Gervais from LGT and Alexander from HSBC Innovation to give the award.
Hi everyone. The Achievement of the Year Award is for outstanding activity witnessed in the European VC ecosystem. This year, the award goes to a firm that has driven systematic change in the VC space and created an inclusive environment, led initiatives that have created positive change in industry practices, and collaborated to develop partnerships and build out the ecosystem. Handing over to you, Alexandra.
Thank you. So at HSBC Innovation Banking, we work with Europe's most exciting funds, from emerging managers all the way to established firms. Day to day, we see how talented, committed, and driven they are in building world-class businesses and delivering outstanding returns. So these new awards are a timely way to recognize and celebrate these exceptional leaders. We are also proud to support the European venture ecosystem at large through our deep-rooted commitment to fostering connectivity and taking the innovation economy to new levels. And this is the reason why we are so honored to be here today to present the Achievement of the Year Award. We know that innovation needs different thinking, and the finalists in this category have all demonstrated that in spades. On that note, I will hand over to Raphael to announce the winner in the Achievement of the Year category.
The winner has actively partnered with other firms and industry stakeholders, namely LPs and GPs. This is both in the public and private LP space, to ensure equitable access to capital for female-led funds. These contributions were critical in addressing funding disparities. They've partnered with several types of LPs. I'm thinking EIF, Isomer, of course, as well, and BBB, to support in the connection to emerging female fund managers. They've contributed to the ecosystem in quantifiable ways, namely in terms of the success of accelerator and incubator programs. And by championing female-led funds, they fostered greater participation and representation of women in the VC ecosystem. Now for the drum roll, please. The winner this year is WVCE.
There you go. No, right here. There you go. Okay.
It's so cute and pink. Yeah, this is a really amazing point to be recognised. In 2002, WBC was nothing, we hadn't even started. And today we have a community of over 950 women in VC. We have a summit in Paris. We have events all across Europe. We just launched our first board training program. And really we're working to kind of battle this diversity problem that we have in the industry. We all know the stats that we love to hate. 2% of funding goes to female founders, 16% of GPs are women. That's not good enough, but I really feel through doing this that things are changing. and there is an energy and an excitement and a real movement behind this. And I'm excited that we achieved this in 2023, but I'm also so excited about what's going to happen this year and beyond. So thank you very much.
Some things I don't want to do without Chris. And one of them is talking about
Yes.
a little thing that happened in the UK.
Yes. Thank you. Good job I've got him, isn't it? Little pause, little bijou pause, that's my friend. I think we need another round of applause for everybody. Just over a year ago, many in this room had a very uncomfortable weekend. This was when a certain bank had a difficulty, being very English in our understatement. Yes, all right, I'll come back. Sorry. I want to get closer to it. I'm just so excited about it. So we had a very uncomfortable weekend. And the thing that happened was nothing short of amazing. People from all over the industry were involved. They were connecting with their politicians. They were connecting with government agencies and said, this thing that happened on a Friday night has to be fixed by a Monday morning. And you did. And that is just simply amazing. So here's an opportunity for all those that were involved in that process to give yourselves a round of applause.
So now let's get to the thing that we're all in venture for, exit of the year. And I want to call on stage Jonathan from Molten as the judge and Michelle from Tactic as the sponsor.
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad, Andreas, that you said it's an important milestone for our industry, because having been a GP and an LP for 15 years now, I'm hearing a lot of unicorns, 500 apparently, used to me. A lot of great investments, but we don't talk a lot about exit. And I think it's very important to remember that we're also here to help our companies exiting. So the Exit of the Year award is for the fund that had a company that has exited and created the most value back to the VC ecosystem and to the European venture in general. So this award is about venture capital returns, not necessarily the biggest exit, and it's based on the dynamics of the exits in terms of MOIC, multiple on capital, and IRR. I'll hand it over to Michelle to say a few words.
It's my honor to present this award tonight on behalf of Tactic and in partnership with the fantastic team at AEVC, including Andreas, we absolutely love. He did make me say that. Tactic proudly sponsors this award because we believe that thoughtful portfolio construction, effective forecasting, and dynamic scenario planning all enable a successful exit. Plus, we like to think that any fund using Tactic would have seen an exit was coming. The Exit of the Year award celebrates a company that has achieved an extraordinary result, not only in the valuation exited at, but in their capital return to the investors. Without further ado, let us recognize tonight's recipient, whose remarkable journey exemplifies the best of our industry.
So sadly, the winner cannot be with us tonight because it's here. Excellent. Okay. I thought it was too busy exiting companies. So before I tell you the name, I just want to tell you a few words about the story. So this fund is a 2013 vintage. And I think what is interesting is that they continue to invest in the asset in subsequent rounds at a time where SPVs were not mainstream. And the fund basically had tapped out a single SPV to set up to continue investing in the asset. The winner of the Exit of the Year is Capnamic. I want to say a last word. Although the exit market in 2023 was really struggling, this exit was a great success for all our industry and European venture capital. And the company was bought by one of the biggest European companies, SAP, Q4 2023. Congratulations.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for this award. We're on behalf of everyone at Academic, I'm the one representing today, but we're very happy to be receiving this award, and obviously this exit is one of the examples of how much we can do for the startup ecosystem here in Germany, and we hope for many more of these exits in the future.
Thank you.
So, last category for today, Hall of Fame. I just debated with Chris that since he's a Hall of Famer in his own right, I would be the one going up here to call upon our judge and sponsor for this award. George Schorge and Steve Lowry, would you please come up here? So, by the way, the mishap with pandemic before we had to fly in directly from the Caribbean Isles, they were parting their minds out over the exit. That's what I do. Please, take the stage.
Thanks, Andre. Well, it's a great pleasure to be here, especially to look out across that room and see really an ecosystem, the most ambitious, hardworking, impressive people you could want to put in one room. It's really impressive, and it's taken us a long time, so I'm super happy to be here to celebrate you. I won't ask you to clap for yourself again, but I'm doing it in my heart. And the other thing I'd like to say is, you know and I know that in tech, we're really scrappy builders of things. We're building the future. And you may go to a lot of award shows, you may go to other award shows, and those shows, for example, have like tall women in sparkly dresses. And you'll have none of that here. We have Andreas in his black t-shirt, we have Chris in his blue glasses. So thanks, guys. The Hall of Fame Award is an award that goes to someone who's been known for 20 years, at least in the ecosystem, who's been a regular contributor to the European VC community and ecosystem at large. It's really for a veteran in the space, and someone who, particularly three criteria: firstly, been active investing into the market for at least 20 years or more, someone who's had multiple successes, well-known, visible successes, and someone who's been overwhelmingly regarded as a positive influence on European VC. I think the old quote goes, if I've seen further than others, it's because I stand on the shoulders of giants. So we're here to celebrate a giant. But Stephen, you sponsored this award. Yeah, so thanks, Joe. Just before I get on with that, the European celebration of venture capital is long overdue. The industry's changed enormously in the last 20 years. So a big thank you to everyone who's both contributed nominations, contributed their data, their insights to be able to make this happen, and particularly the Isomer team and also the UVC team with Andrea to make this happen. And there's no better place to award this than here at Superventure. So when HSBC Innovation Bank was approached to be one of the founding sponsors of the awards, we jumped at the opportunity. We work a lot, as many will you know, with founders and with funds, where we're their banking and financial partner, but also work with them for growth over many, many, many years. And I've been privileged to be part of this ecosystem for a long period of time, as Chris kindly pointed out, for probably more than 20 years myself. But the work over the last period of time has really been a bird's eye view of what's going on in the ecosystem. So it's been a privilege to have a look at some of the numbers and understand the numbers behind the names. So, and we're really excited to support the Hall of Fame Award. It reflects a lasting contribution to the ecosystem over the last 20 years. And 20 years is a long period of time. If we think back to what was going on 20 years ago, I think the investment into the European ecosystem was somewhere between 3 and 4 billion euros. So a fraction of where it's at today, which is quite amazing, really. So when we're looking and considering people for this category, what we're thinking about here is people who've really raised the European ambitions, people who've really brought capital into the market, people who've helped shape some of those global leading businesses, and then put Europe on the stage, as we've seen from some of the data today, to really punch, not just at its weight, but above its weight in terms of returns to the ecosystem. So a really important award we're delighted to be part of sponsoring it. Joe.
Thank you. And so without further ado, drum roll please, if you will. Low budget drum roll. The winner of the first inaugural Hall of Fame award is Neil Reimer. I'm sure a lot of us have been inspired by Neil over the years, so I'll say a few words. Neil has a unique gift for delivering profound and actionable advice in a subtle and empathetic way. He addresses the elephant in the room and is invaluable in helping us stay focused on the big picture. Neil co-founded Index Ventures in 1996 and served as a partner for more than 25 years. In 2021, Neil stepped down as an active partner. But since then, he's continued to manage his portion of the portfolio, and he makes himself available to support his partners and the firm he helped build. As an investor and a founder, Neil's played a seminal role in nurturing the tech ecosystem in Europe and beyond. He's passionate about mentoring and partnering with founders who possess a strong sense of purpose. It's a measure of Neil's impact on European VC that around the world, most LPs know when thinking and talking about Europe, they know Index. Neil couldn't join us here tonight. He's pretty quiet these days and wants to stay a little bit off the radar, but we're going to accept his custom artwork on his behalf, which we will post to him immediately, unless you're hanging on your wall. I think we have to give it to Neil. All right. Thank you, and congratulations very much.
That just about wraps us up for today.
Well, thank you. Thank you for everybody that nominated. Thank you for everybody that graciously said, damn, not me. But if you will allow us, we will do it again and again and again. And importantly, we will evolve it.
Yes, I just want to do just one final thing here from the stage. I just want to say thanks so much for being part of the process, both nominating, helping us, improve the process, know what we should do better for next year. We can't wait to continue evolving this. So thank you everyone for being part of this. And before we close, I think we should just call all the winners up on stage. If you would say a few words about our winner.
I just want to say we will listen to your feedback, but remember 3 guiding principles. As I've mentioned several times, we want to celebrate the achievements, we want to promote the achievements, and we want to inspire all those who are going to come on and be the next generation indexers, or whatever they choose to be, but most importantly, great. Thank you, everybody, for making this such an amazing evening.
Every winner, every judge. I'd love to see you all. Yeah, whatever. Chris says, of course, I say whatever.
right, well done, everybody. Right. That's right. I think